Joining me today is Igal Sudman, the co-founder and CEO of Ayurcann Holdings, which trades on the CSE under the symbol AYUR. Ayurcann Holdings is a Canadian extraction company specializing in the processing of cannabis and hemp to produce oils and various derivative products. The company recently entered into a joint venture agreement to manufacture proprietary products with Bazelet Development and Technologies, which is a licensed medical cannabis processor based in Israel. Bazelet, one of the largest medical cannabis companies in Israel, has launched multiple lines of terpene-enriched cannabis oils, each one specifically designed for various indications, symptoms, and personal needs. The company's terpene-enriched products are optimized for women's health, for elderly population needs, for specific types of pain such as muscle, joint, or neuropathic, and for improved night's sleep. This partnership opens a world of opportunities for Ayurcann, allowing it to introduce unique products into the Canadian marketplace. Joining me now is Igal Sudman. Igal, welcome and congratulations. Now, how did this joint venture come to be? Because it must have been quite a bit of work. And what does it mean for you and the company now as we continue to move into this, very exciting market in cannabis here in Canada?
Yeah, thank you for having me. Yes, it is very exciting. We, as a processor and a licensed producer in Canada, continuously look for various opportunities around the world into bringing new technology into Canada. As you know, Canada is a very closed-loop country, and the opportunity to bring a variety of different enhancement, technologically advanced products is very important to us. We source everywhere around the world, but we sort of concentrating on Europe and Israel. We have some good, I'm personally from Israel, so we have some good rapport as well as relationships there. And Israel is known for having, top-notch IP investigation and studies that has been going on, from the 60s before cannabis has become legal anywhere in the world. And the relationship that we formed and the introductions and the products that we can bring into market through Bazelet and their IP is going to enhance, our offerings into the Canadian marketplace.
So why was it important to you that you do this? Because I've, checked out your website. You have quite an array of products already that appear to be doing well. What's the advantage to continue to expand, the product offering that you're able to, put out to customers and through your retail outlets?
So medicinal cannabis, which is the primary focus of these products, is very important to adhere and bring to market specifically in Canada, and being able to bring up-to-date information to the consumers to enhance their well-being is very important for us. As any other industry and any other capacity, better products, more suited products, more studies around products, and how they affect well-being is very important. And with Bazelet and having the studies that they have created and that they have done, it has proven, specifically in Europe and in Israel, because in Canada you can't really talk too much about or make any claims, I guess. But with the studies that they have, the IP and the patents that they have associated with them, I think bringing those products to market is going to enhance any use that people will find into the medicinal space.
Well, of course, Bazelet brings with it a considerable amount of weight and ability to produce consistent products. And I know that when you're in the medical cannabis sector, consistency in quality and potency is vitally important, because then each time that you take that dose, in essence, to address any physical issue that you are wanting to address, you know what you're getting on a consistent basis and how it's going to react to your body. Was this an important consideration for you when you worked out this joint venture?
Yeah, 100%. As you know, Bazelet is the largest, or if not one of the largest operators in Canada, in Israel. And for us to be looking into partnering up with them, we want to make sure that consistency, flows through to the client. It's very important. Very regulated industry, and Health Canada, wants to make sure that any product that comes out is consistent with the not only with the labeling, but also with the testing that are done on the batch and on any future batches that are going to be produced, because people's well-being is at stake, and they're looking for products that they can rely on day in, day out for years on end.
Right. And also, what does this partnership bring to you, giving you the opportunity to stand out as a company in this marketplace? Because, it's challenging to do, especially if you're a smaller company. So how do you successfully go about making that differentiation that says, this is, going to be my, source of choice?
Yeah, so, it's true to what you allude to. I mean, obviously, there are a lot of larger companies that have tried to do it. They potentially have their own patents and so forth, but nobody has been able to successfully on a continuous basis bring innovation into the market. We feel again with Bazelet itself, with the background that they have and the library that they have. We're starting out with 3 products to bring to the market in order to enhance, again, well-being. But we have an extensive library that we can address and we can enhance, as well as bring continuous manufacturing capabilities, obviously, in Canada.
Right. So for somebody who's new to your company, they're going, okay, this all sounds great, but I don't know much about you. When did you start? What's your method of getting product out to consumers? How many distribution points do you have? Can you just give us a little bit of background information?
Yeah, so we have the 3 licenses that we went after. We have the R&D license, we have a processing license, and we have a sales license or amendment for sales. So all the licenses that are required, obviously, to operate in Canada. The R&D license, we have our own in-house laboratory that we work with the various formulations and enhancing products. Work with other LPs in order to bring new products to market with them, in partnership with them. The processing license, we have probably one of the largest processing capabilities and capacities in Canada, even though we're a little bit smaller. We consistently carry 300 to 400 kilos of oil in inventory ready to go, which I'm pretty sure from the studies and from the market is again, one of the largest inventory, bar none. And compared to anyone in the market. And with our sales license, we're able. It's a federal, obviously, sales license. We are in touch with all the boards across Canada, so we're able to bring products and innovation throughout, east to west, in every province. On the recreational side, on the medicinal side, we have our website that medicinal users with prescription can subscribe to. And purchase directly. Wow. Okay. So you're quite well positioned. Also, for investors are going, okay, how long have you been in business? And from where you are right now, what's your strategy moving forward to continue to grow the company? Yeah, we started in 2018. We got our license last year or a year and a half ago. We haven't raised a lot of money, so I think some of the exposure, obviously we appreciate this interview and some of the exposure that we hope to get from here and have new investors become aware of the company. Like you said, we're a little bit smaller, but to our credit, I think that we haven't raised a lot of money. We don't have any debt. We are one of, if not the only one, that had some financials come out last month that are profitable in the cannabis space. Is not really known in Canada, but we're out of the gate, profitable, and we intend to stay that way. We run a profitable, margin high operation, and the idea to move forward is really to be focused. It's very important for us to be or to try to be a little bit bigger fish in a smaller pond, be it in Canada, but being focused and concentrating on what we do best, under promise, over deliver is a motto of mine. And that's what we intend to do. And we've been proving it, day in, day out, on a continuously base, growing the business, growing the customer base, growing the relationships and partnerships, worldwide, bringing the latest technology into Canada, and enhancing not only our company, but I think the investors' value moving forward.
Well, that's the very next question that I was going to ask you. An investor says, okay, why is now the time that I want to get into your company? What's what makes this the right moment for me to invest?
So like I said, I think that, we think that we're undervalued to compare not only to our peers, but, even to some of the larger companies. Like I said, we are the only one, if not the only one, or one of very few that has a profitable business and has had a profitable business sort of from day one. So I think that's a test to the fact that we know how to run operations. Background is running businesses in the private sector, in a variety of different industries, continuously profitable and growing, and we intend to do the same thing here. Again, no debt, and I think that's going to come to fruition with the investors. Investors eventually want to participate in a company that does more than puts out PR, but actually has information behind it, has operations behind it, has successful operators behind it, and has a path to growth.
I think you just touched on what has been the big issue in the cannabis sector. There was a tremendous amount of PR on what that potential looked like early on. And then, of course, reality comes home. It takes time for these things to be realized. Are we at that point now where we've seen a stabilizing of this sector and really it's going to now be moving forward for those companies that are appropriately positioned?
I think so. I think there's going to be some more M&As and some other companies that I think are going to fall by the wayside, unfortunately. And I appreciate the fact that investors have their choice of where to put their money. We come across, and we hope to come across, as somebody that is, very careful of how we spend money. Like I said, we only raised about $1 million. Friends and family, majority of the ownership of the company is by friends, family, myself, my partner, and so forth. There is obviously some outside investors as well. We feel that we attract those that can read between the lines and want to be in it for the long term. We're not interested in doing something on the short term. And a majority of companies, I've heard something like there was over $10 billion sort of raised, and a lot of it was spent. We believe in spending very carefully and enhancing value on an ongoing basis, and that's our motto. I think we're very responsible to not only to the investors but also to our employees, because they put their trust in us, and their effort is very well rewarded and appreciated. We want to make sure that we're here for a long term, and everything that we do enhances value and relationships.
So just to clarify, to be sure, your plans are not to merge with another cannabis company. Rather, you're going to build out your company and continue to operate it yourselves.
Yeah, that's where we stand right now. I think there's going to be some M&A opportunities for us. We're very selective. We started to address that and have some preliminary sort of discussions about that. But again, we're very careful. We want to buy into or acquire potentially or work with companies or founders that have the same mindset. Potentially they're most likely smaller or similar size, but the mindset is on business, on running a proper operation, careful of how they spend money, and look to the future into growing it substantially larger.
It's going to be a very interesting marketplace over the next couple of years, isn't it? And I'm hoping that you're going to come back and give us further insights as to how you're working your way through this, companies that you might be aligning yourself with, or taking over to help sort of grow certain market sectors. But it would be really nice to have an update from you in a few months.
Yeah, anytime. I'm very available. So I would love to come back and definitely appreciate this conversation. Looking forward for more in the future.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.